This is my life as a Lord Farmer. I wake up and I make sure I'm still breathing, but more importantly, I check to see if my AFK Lord Farming is still up. Because if it's not up, then I probably wasted a few hours sleeping instead of grinding to get Lord. And then after that, I spent a few hours in the morning Lord farming, making sure that I get champ as fast as possible, because I need the units and I need the money to get the new Emma skins. And Rogue and Squirrel. And after that, I go to the bathroom and I freshen up and I take my shower because, it's very tiring and sweat reducing. Lord farming, it's a skill and a sport that most people don't understand. And some people just can't do it like me, so I take my shower, or I skip it sometimes to make sure I have time. And after that, after a few minutes, I get hungry. So I run to the kitchen as fast as possible. So I can have my breakfast because I get hungry. I have a balanced diet of whipped cream. And I have that for my breakfast every day. And sometimes for a light snack too. And then after that, I put it in the microwave. Yeah, because waffles taste better when they're hot and cooked. And I don't really know how to cook, so I put it in the microwave. And then I realized that I'm wasting time and I'm not Lord farming. So I quickly run back to my room to make sure that my AFK is still working and I'm still on the grind to getting champion on Rocket. Yeah, because I need to get my units so I can get the skins. Then I get hungry again and I check on my waffle to make sure it's finished and it's ready. And it's scary because if you disconnect or your AFK software stops working, you waste a lot of hours, and I don't host my servers all the time because not a lot of people have the time like me, so the servers only happen maybe 17 times a day. I host my own Lord farming servers throughout the day, but if my computer starts glitching, it's scary. But after that, I eat my food while I have my Bluetooth keyboard. And you gotta have a backup keyboard to make sure the Lord farming is a success. Because champions are not people that you should be messing with, and it's a very scary sight to see in game, but I eat my food pressing on my Bluetooth keyboard, making sure that I'm still in the game and the server, because I have a lot of people looking up to me and making sure the servers are still up. But sometimes I do get hungry. It's rare though, but I do get hungry throughout the day, so I have to. I need to eat my food. After I eat my food, I finish it off with a very healthy smoothie made from exotic fruits because, you gotta stay healthy to make sure the Lord farming is possible. And most people don't actually have a fruit a day like me, so I make sure I have my fruit a day to keep my balanced diet balanced. Because if it's not a balanced diet, then there could be problems and I don't have the money to go to a doctor. After I get back into my room, I take a short break, Lord farming, to look at my trophy board. I look at all of my beautiful lords I accumulated over the days. I have Reed Richards, Tony Stark, Eddie Brock, Anne Marie, Jean Grey. I love Jean Grey. Phoenix. Then I also have Ileana, who I also really love a lot and enjoy. I love Ileana. And then I have not really my favorite. I have 554C54524F4E. And Wade Wilson. I get to call them by their names because we're friends like that because I lorded them. You guys don't really get to do that though. And then after that I get a little hungry, so I have my light snack. Yeah, because Lord Farming does make you lose energy, and to get your energy back you need to eat. And eating is a very tiring skill as well, so I wouldn't expect the average person to be able to eat like me. And then after that, I pick my server, boot up the Lord Farming, and get back to it to get my 9th Lord, which is gonna be Rocket. This is probably the fastest anybody has lorded in this week. It's a very tiring experience. I mean, it takes a long time to get Lord. I even fasted the pace up with the servers, but it still takes a few hours. That's why it's really important to have AFK farms, which I also host in my server, so you should also invest in a blue... should also invest in a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. Mouse. Sometimes I wish I was built like Jeff the Land Shark because genetics kick in and I have to stop the Lord Farming abruptly to allow my body fluid to exit my body. It's sad because, you know, Jeff the Land Shark doesn't actually need to pee or poop. He just eats and it just goes out. I wish I was built like that. Yeah, but I don't let that stop me, and then after that I get back to the Lord Farming because it's the most important part of the day. If I don't get a Lord in a day, then I failed. I failed that day. That's just how it is. Yeah, but sometimes I also need to get my exercise in. So I make sure I take my run, I go outside and I exercise my legs by running and making sure that my body is fully exercised. Yeah, but I have to make sure I'm still Lord Farming while I'm allowing Mantis to use her healing magic on my limbs. Yeah, but after exercising that much, I have to have my early dinner. If you didn't know, every time you run, every time you burn through calories, you actually lose your energy. So you need to make sure you fuel up or you won't have enough energy to survive. I know what I'm talking about. I have early dinners all the time, and sometimes I have to have a normal dinner time too, just to make sure that I have enough energy for the next day. But yeah, that's basically my day because the rest of it I'm eating my shades by Nico. And Lord Farming for the rest of the day. Because I need to at least get one Lord a day, because if I don't get a Lord, I failed. And I can't fail my server, or Luna, and Magic, and all the girls that love me in Motherland. So I make sure I get my Lord Farming in for the rest of the day. And it's tiring because sometimes I do get a little bit hungry and I need a little bit more food. But I don't let that get to me. I just have it ready to eat and I just finish it off with my Lord Farming because that's the most important part of the day, and people that have lords are respected, and if you're not respected in this game, you can't climb out of bronze. I mean, this is coming from a plat player that peaked diamond in Season 3. I know what I'm talking about, and if you're a lord, people will come with you, and this game is about values and communication. Yeah, but after that, I get my alarm when it's nighttime, and it's time for me to go to sleep. After a long day of lord farming, I at least deserve to have a good few hours of rest. I mean, it's rare, sometimes I stay up all night, but I don't want to waste my energy when I have and need it for the morning, so I go to sleep with my keyboard so I could 100% know that my AFKing will continue. I have already used my paralysis to allow me to press C in my sleep instead of sleepwalking to the fridge. So I put my safety chocolate in my mouth to make sure that I have my medicine in the morning, and I sleep. Yeah, because that's the day of a Lord Farmer, and it's tough and tiring, and most people understand it, but once you get older and you realize this game is about values, you'll understand that life Lord Farming is not easy, and the average person couldn't handle it, so don't judge when you can't see.